What's going on? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I just have to tell you what I got a couple days ago. If you're familiar with how auctions work, an auctioneer auctions off items in front of people and they bid on them.
22.5, you're out. 22.50, 22.5, 22.5, 22.5, 22.5, 22.50.
So I haven't been to an auction in a while. My dad's actually an auctioneer. I've bought fish tanks and fish stuff at auctions before. And usually if no one's there that really is interested in fish, you can get stuff really cheap. Like I'm talking dirt cheap. Sometimes it doesn't even sell because no one's there to buy it. So I had the idea, instead of looking on Facebook for aquariums and fish stuff to buy for my YouTube channel, why don't I look online and try to find some auctions that are local, that there's fish stuff, and buy it and show it to you guys and use it on the channel. So I searched for aquariums on AuctionZip, and it shows you within a certain mile radius what auctions are going on. And if there's pictures online, you can see the pictures of stuff they've taken, so you can get an idea what's there. And so sometimes there's like lights and filters and fake plants and gravel and stuff like that. Sometimes there'll be aquariums. It just so happened that the next day there was an auction about 20 minutes from my house, and they had what looked to be 3 decently large aquariums. So there was like, the larger one was at least a 150, and there was 2 bow-front aquariums. I could have imagined those being anywhere from like 50 to 75 gallons. I go to this auction, and there's a decent amount of people there, so you never know who's there to buy what. I was also going to look at some of the cameras they had. They had some old film cameras, and I ended up buying a few of those, and some of the stuff was selling really well, and some of the stuff was not selling very well. That's also why we bought a riding lawnmower. We weren't really looking to buy a riding lawnmower, but it was way too cheap to pass up on. So we get to the auction. I search the place trying to find these aquariums. I finally find them. They're in this room by themselves. They've got some other fish stuff in there too. Initially, I saw the 2 bow fronts. One of them had a cracked brace in the center. The other one was fine. This bigger tank, which instantly I knew it was bigger than a 125. And if you remember in my last video, my tour video, I said that I bought a 125 from someone on Facebook Marketplace that was supposed to be selling a 180. It turned out to be a 125, but I bought it anyway for $200. That's how much I bought my 125 for. So this tank at the auction, I saw photos online. It's the old wood style look, which I do not like, and I was going to paint. So I figured it would be an old tank. Hopefully it didn't need resealed, but I could imagine that needing to be done. This aquarium, I looked at it, it turned out to be a 180 gallon tank after I measured it. 6 foot by like 24 by 24. And it looks basically brand new. The seals have no damage. They are still rubbery. There's no cracking. The glass looks, and I haven't cleaned it yet. It's like basically in perfect condition. You know, I kind of had in my mind, how much am I going to spend on this tank? I could see, and I paid $200 for a 125, so I should at least be willing to pay $200 for this 180. And so I'm thinking, I hope it doesn't go over $300, right? If it stays under $300, then for a 180 that probably doesn't leak, basically looks brand new, but I have to paint it because I don't like the wood color, that's a good deal. So they get to sell these aquariums. It doesn't look like there's anyone even interested because they asked if anyone wanted to buy them separately or they were going to sell them all together. No one showed any interest in buying them separately. So then they auctioned off all the tanks. If you want them all, it's 3 times that price. If you want them individually, you just take 1 for that price. So no one was bidding. They kept going lower and lower, and I started the bid at $5. I don't think there was a single person who bid against me. So I got the 265 bow fronts and the 180 gallon tank for $15. Unless none of these tanks hold water and they explode everywhere, then this was one really, really good deal. Like, if I was the one selling those aquariums, I'd be pissed that they didn't sell, basically. I mean, like, $5 is not $5. You can't buy anything for $5. You can't even buy fish food for $5. And I bought an aquarium that was probably at least $600 new on sale. No way it's less than $600. And a stand. They all have stands. And maybe it's just my area that there's not many people who really buy big aquariums. I mean, when you're talking about a 180 gallon tank, it's heavy. So you have to have like 2, 3, at least 2 people to move these things. Obviously, like, you should probably have 2 people to move a 50 gallon tank. But a 180 gallon tank weighs like, I think 400 pounds. So it's not something that just the average person is going to show up to an auction and be like, yeah, I'll pay for this thing and put it in my Camry.
Let me help you with that. Do you need it back further?
Just shut the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it.
You want me to try it again? I can't, honey.
I can't do it. I can't.
You have to have somewhere to put this thing before you go to the auction, and you have to be able to move it. So it's like all these things have to be right for someone to be there to buy them. So I think I'm going to search Auction Zip in my area and turn a notification on so I get notified when there's aquarium stuff.
Stop it. Get some help.
And if you guys like that, I'll film the process, buy stuff, use it for the channel. This seems like it could be a really cool series, whatever we want to call it. I'm really pumped to have my 180 gallon tank that I wanted from like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, we've got a lot of aquariums to set up. The 65, a 125, and a 180. Those 3 tanks need to be set up. I think now I want to do the saltwater predator tank in the 180. What would be a cool fish or fish, multiple fish, to put in the 125? Should it be a giant planted tank? Should it be another saltwater tank? We've got plenty of options. All right, let's get on with the video. Let me show you what I got at this auction. This is crazy, you guys. I cannot believe I paid $5 for these 3 aquariums, or $5 a piece, I mean. So this is now where the 60 gallon is gonna go, at the front of the room, next to the bookshelves. And then directly behind the couch, in this little seating area, is the tank, the big one, the 180. Not permanently. Permanently, it'll be on that other wall over there. That's currently where the 125 is. These right here are the 2 Beaufront aquariums. Mind the plants. This one, like I mentioned, it's got a cracked brace in the middle. If I were gonna keep this, I would reseal, re-glue the seam, and probably put a little bracket underneath, stainless steel or some strong plastic, and adhere that to the underside with maybe a couple little nylon screws to go through here. If I'm trying to avoid metal, that would strengthen that up enough for that to be useful again. Unfortunately, neither of these tanks came with lids. Pretty sure I'm gonna sell both of these. So now the 180. I really can't see any scratches so far. So there's a few. Maybe there's a few scratches. They've got this like, almost feels like a pool liner as the background. This is one thick boy. That's some of the gravel that we got from the auction. More gravel, trying to sell that on Facebook. Who would buy that stuff? I mean, honestly. A couple little scratches on the stand. I didn't do that. I'm so excited to set this thing up. Like, you don't even understand. I think the plan's gonna be 65 gallon over there, discus, and some other random cool fish. 125 saltwater, 90 gallon planted. We will rescape this sometime. Not today. And then this will be the 125, which is over there. These guys need cleaned and sold. We're gonna try to build a stand for the 125. We've got the 180 moving over here. If anyone has any suggestions what they think I should put, what we should put in the 180 saltwater predator tank, let me know. I'm totally open to suggestions. So we're talking sharks, larger fish, maybe eels. I would really like a banana moray eel. Those are really freaking cool. Rays, anything, guys. I have seen my local fish store in Ohio, of all places, get some really crazy fish. Just last year, they got in a short-tailed nurse shark. I want to say it was captive bred because they're like endangered, but a short-tailed nurse shark would literally be the most awesome thing I've ever had. $5. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to see how some of this hard water mineral buildup, let's see if that can come off with some water and a razor blade. Honestly, it looks a lot worse on camera, but you know, that's with just water and a razor blade. You know, no vinegar, no citric acid, lemon juice, whatever you guys use. You really can't tell from this side. But that spot that I cleaned looks really good. Let's see if this glass tops fit onto the 180. Fits 180, 210, braced frame. Cool? Yep. This should be it. That's the thing with working with old tanks. You never really know if the new equipment is the same as the old equipment. Drum roll. Yes, it fits. Nice. New tops. New tank. Well, used tank, but new tank to me. New tops. That needs pushed in a little bit, I think. And the braces are a little saggy. They probably had stuff laying on this tank, sitting on the top. I'm so excited to set this thing up. I know I've said that already, but I'm so excited. Look at all this gravel I got. There's like 2 giant tubs, like half full, like 30 gallon, 25 gallon, whatever, tubs, half full of this natural gravel. There's a fish bone. Look, there's a fish bone. Rip. I wonder what kind of fish left this. Got your bone. Put that back. So yeah, this is bigger than a 5-gallon bucket. I've got this and then almost a whole nother tub of gravel. So I think we can use this for an indoor pond. They're like Rubbermaid stock tanks. 100 gallons, 150. I think they make a 300 gallon. A koi pond, goldfish pond kind of thing in here with some extra weird fish would be cool too. I think we should do that. So thanks for watching again, everybody. If you like this video, I'll make more and I'll take you along and you can see exactly how the process works. You can find out how to get crazy deals from these auctions, guys. So subscribe if you don't want to miss the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.